Howdy, y'all. Hope you guys are doing good so far. Um, it's good to be back. It's good to be back. Obviously, last week no videos were out. I do apologize for that. Typically, the way I do this is I'll record the week's videos on the weekend, um, and then I'll go from there. The only difference was when I was on vacation and out of the country for a little while. I recorded a lot of videos, basically all at once. And so, but that's because I knew I wasn't gonna be able to be in town. For this, obviously, I expected to be in town, which I was. I got really sick. Wasn't even really able to watch like a TV screen or like a computer screen without feeling nauseous. So wasn't able to make videos. So apologize for that, but today we're getting back into it. I'm a little behind schedule. Today is Monday, actually. So this video is going to come out on Wednesday, the one you guys are currently watching. But I'm recording these on Monday, which means I've got about 3 hours to get the videos done. Luckily, I mean, that's what I enjoy about making the short form, sort of 10-minute content is. I'm typically able to get it all done in like an hour max. I can like record the videos and then, upload them and get them all prepared. So that makes life easy. But anyways, not the point. For today's video, obviously back staring at some Baldur's Gate. I did go through the content I had for this. My friend and I need to get back on this world because we currently are about halfway through this already, and we need to like start getting things going, so that you guys have more VG3 content. Worst it happens, I switch it over to the one that I've been playing, but I don't really want to. I'd like to give y'all something. But anyways, that being said, I've mentioned a couple times about esports and that sort of thing, and so I'm not going to go into like forever details about sort of what esports is and what my involvement is on it, because that is just going to bore y'all. But I did want to explain a little bit about like why I've mentioned it a few times and sort of why I have knowledge on the matter. So I didn't realize this was going to go directly into a combat. I probably should have checked before I started. But anyways, so when it comes to esports, I mean, in short, it's the art of competitive gaming. So it's like Overwatch, Call of Duty, Valorant, those types of things, among many others, but those are some of the most common. And you play competitive games. It's actually relatively straightforward when it comes to what it is. Now, when it comes to actually understanding it, it can get a little iffy at times. I won't lie. But sometimes that happens. But like I said, I wanted to go ahead and explain sort of where my stance is on esports and why I understand it so well. And it's really not too difficult. I mean, esports is something that I am heavily involved with collegiately, as well as semi-professionally, and so what that means is, first off, I mean, it's what I do at college. I do esports, and it's kind of just like sports, but just on the gaming aspect of things. So, sport management, for instance, right? Many people know, what sport management is. They know where the degrees come from. They know that it's a big field. Well, esports is kind of the same deal. It's just newer, right? It's more, I don't want to say technologically advanced. That's kind of like a common misconception. Like, yes, esports has a lot of technology because that's what the industry is based off of. But, obviously sports has good technology. I mean, they use IBM Watson for all of their stats for the most part. So does esports. But, obviously it is a tech industry. I mean, that's what esports is. Kind of, sort of. Esports is an entertainment industry, but it's in the tech industry. And so the reason I know so much about it, like I said, I get involved in it collegiately, and then outside of that, I do esports a lot, esports related things through business, as well as I competed semi-pro for a while, back in a game, and then sort of just fell out of that. Wasn't really having much fun, so I kind of switched to a coaching position. And when I switched to that coaching position, I had a lot more fun with the game. And I have coached basically everywhere from new players to um, basically right up to professional level. I have never been a coach of a professional team, but I have coached with professional coaches on professional scales. Um, but unfortunately, like I said, I haven't actually had the opportunity to work on the professional circuit as a head coach. I'd love to do that one day. That'd be cool and all, but you know, life throws things at you. You gotta just take the hand you're dealt, right? But yeah, I mean, I've been doing esports for a while, y'all. I think this is gonna be year 6 that I've been doing esports sort of full time, like in my education and all that. However, one thing I also do want to go ahead and mention is how it's before that I was also doing esports. Like I was getting involved in it and sort of figuring out like I said, when I was playing semi professionally, I played a lot of the game, and I didn't really realize it was esports at the time. I kind of just thought I was good at the game and that I could make some money off of it. So I've been in the esports industry for probably about 6 years, maybe 7. But I've been doing it more like as a like a real thing for about 5 years, maybe 6 now, and it's been super fun. I mean, it really has. It's sort of like that new industry, right? I mean, when like how AI is coming out, right? But when computer science and computer security really started to take off, around 2010ish, right, when it really started to make a big jump in computer safety, right? People were involved in it, but then you didn't really realize how powerful it was, right? And now it's like, if you have a CS degree, you're making 6 figures out of college, right? Or even if you just, I mean, let alone college, if you just have CS certificates, right, in coding, you're going to be in a really good spot financially when you get a job. So I mean, there's a lot of things that you could do with this, and that's kind of like what I feel like where esports is right now, is like it's on that sort of breakthrough moment where we don't quite realize where it could be yet, but we know that it could go places very fast, and that's sort of one of the really cool things about esports and why I really enjoy it and sort of really enjoy the environment. But also, I mean, to be frank with y'all, it's something unique. Like, you're never going to deal with the same problem every day. Like, the thing with esports is it works the same way as like the sports industry, in terms of like there are still business activations, partnership and sponsorship activations. There are still events that need to be run. There's still hospitality. There's still PR. There's still HR. There's still all of that goes into a marketing and broadcast. That all still exists in esports, right? And a lot of people still think it's play video games in your mom's basement sort of deal, which isn't the case, right? So it's still very, very different, and I mean, still very, very similar, but also it's very different, right? Because the industry is so new, there's so many different things that could happen, it's really endless in what you're gonna what you're gonna come to the next day at work, right? I mean, one day you're gonna be going to work and you're gonna be dealing with one problem, and the very next day it's gonna be a totally different problem, right? And that's the fun part. It's not like the typical working 9 to 5, where it's the same thing every day, where you kind of just burn out of basically boredom. And some people like that. I mean, and that's great, but that's not for me, right? I mean, I enjoy the change of pace. I enjoy the change of scenery, if you will. And esports offers that. It's kind of like organized chaos in a sense, and it's something I really, really enjoy. So I just wanted to sort of give y'all a little information on sort of why me specifically, why I enjoy esports, right? And why I've mentioned it a couple times, and why it makes sort of a couple cameos every time I make a video. I'll mention esports every now and then. So I just wanted to go ahead and bring that up. This fight is going to be a 2-parter fight. So, come back next week, or maybe later this week. No, next week. Come back next week, and this fight will be finished up. And sort of we'll go from there. But I'm really trying to stick this 10-minute thing. So gonna finish up here, y'all. Thank you very much. It's good to be back. Still fighting off a little bit of that, like, crap that I've got, but we'll be good to go. I'm looking forward to getting these videos back up and running. Hopefully the algorithm doesn't yell at me too much, but it's an algorithm. Other than that, thank you very much, y'all. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch these videos and showing your support and your love. So thank you all very much, and I will see you guys in the next one.